Hello guys, this is Dr. Lior Bar-El. Today I wanted to, I just got back from work. I wanted to make sure that I do a special episode for y'all, especially to all you guys who are graduates. And I know times are extremely hard to find work, even for people who are not graduates. So this is for everyone. It's not just graduates, even though they're the main targets here for what I'm about to say. And also anyone who is looking for a job. We live right now in a recession. It's an economy that's slowly improving. But, we all, through the years of life here, there's always, like in 2007, there was somewhat of a problem. And then, in 2010, but we had in 2007, like the beginning of a recession and so on and so forth. And right now we're kind of getting out of it, but it's going to take a while. So looking for jobs is really, really challenging. But the reason I'm making this video is because one of my friends, and I know many who did, but one of my friends actually got me to do this video right now because he actually told me what happened to him. And I know, because everyone goes through it. I went through it. I didn't fall for their gimmick. But the thing is that people need to know is that there's a lot of hounds out there that literally are making a business out of ripping, not just taking away time from you, but ripping you off. So yes, they're going to take away valuable time that you could have been elsewhere in other interviews or whatever. Taking off from work. You'll take off from work to try to go to this interview and all that. Now, the major scheme I'm talking about is the insurance scheme, okay? Now, what happens is, and I want to make sure everybody knows this because I don't want you guys going into this. This is the #1 people that they target are graduates, freshly graduates, because they know you guys are new to the field out there and you guys are looking even to work for free to get some kind of an experience to put down on your resume so you could get bigger jobs out there. So they know they're counting on you. But they're also counting on people who are desperate, that are looking for work to raise their families. These people are the worst criminals in the world, the most disgusting, lowest of the low filth. But somehow there's loopholes to protect them, and I'm going to explain to you exactly why and what you need to do not to fall for their scam. Okay, so for instance, a guy, let's say, opens up an insurance place, an insurance fraud place, as I call it. So they usually name it by their last name. So let's say Jameson. Just for argument's sake, I'm going to name it a fictional name here, Jameson. So this man will call his company Jameson Associates, Jameson Inc. Now, they also are clever. There's clever ones, but I'm going to tell you about the stupid ones first. So what they do is they basically are masters of recruitment. And what they do is they recruit you to recruit others. So first off, they make websites saying, our people all, talk very positive about us. We are the best company. You guys can name your own schedule. You can make your own schedule. We're looking especially for new graduates to bring under our wing. They'll tell you, even some of them will tell you, we promise you a base pay of about $40,000 a year. And they'll say we have many positions available from management to whatever, and this is usually what they have on their website. Then when you call them, or let's say they contact you, because they'll be hounding after you if you apply in, let's say, Monster or socialservices.com, they will see it and say, hi, we saw your resume and, we think a great position will be there for you. And they usually name a position that, even though you don't have experience or whatever, they'll say, we want you to do management. Something that's attractive to you. And you're going to say, wow, I could be a manager. And what happens is you go over there and in a nutshell, you waste your entire time, and then they hit you. They put you actually through it's kind of funny. You go into this interview, and you're expecting a one-on-one interview, and you have like a ton of people in an office. Now, some of these offices are really shitty and located somewhere in nowhere, and then there's other ones that are like shitty places and big places, and then there's nice places and nice places. So it doesn't really matter. The point is, you go over there, and you see a bunch of people being interviewed, including yourself. So what happens is you're waiting over there and they put you through a stressful interview, which you're going to get regardless. And they tell you, hi, do you have time? We're going to call you in for a second interview. Some of them will be smart enough to wait to make it look more realistic, while others will be like, okay, well, the second interview is taking place right now, so I'm going to be giving a speech, so, and I'll see what here. And then in their speech, they say, out of all of you, let's say 50 people, we're going to pick only 20. And it's bullshit. They pick everybody. And what they base, and this is how every rotating door job really is, except most rotating door jobs, you're working and you get, you get a base salary. Like I know I worked, when I was out of college, I worked for some companies that do advertising and stuff like that, which it was strictly commission base. Oh, no, sorry, not strictly commission. They paid you a base salary of, let's say, $40,000, but then you had to sell, if not, you leave. And most of the stuff is, it's cold calling, it's almost impossible. And that too is a scheme. What they do is, in a rotating door job, they make you pretty much bring the leads, and then afterwards you burn out, and then they give the leads to some new guy that comes in, or even the manager takes the leads, makes it profitable, but they kick you out, and you don't make that much, you don't make any profit. You make, it's like a casino. You win one, you think you're going to win all the time. Now, very few people would actually make it. I made it pretty big in that thing. I left on my own accord because there was no job security. Just the idea that everybody was being fired around me, and I was doing great. And it was a service that I really believed in. I thought it was really great. It was doing great for the people, except it was kind of a scam, because when I realized it, when a lot of the customers would tell me, well, you guys scammed us because you charged us more. And, and when I didn't tell you do auto pay, you guys did auto pay, even though it wasn't me, it was the company itself. So they kind of do scams, and they trick, and they put your name out there. But what these insurance frauds companies do is they call you in, they give a speech, they say only 20 will make it, they show you on the board and everything, and if you'll see their get-togethers, all of these companies they come together to learn how to rip people off, how to rip you off in this company gathering of these leaders who own, they're not leaders, they're pieces of garbage, who own their own, who own their own companies. And basically what happens is they go out and they try to rip you off. So what happens is you get the job and you're all excited, and then what they do is they tell you, what do you call it? They tell you to come in for the third interview. Now make sure when you come to the third interview that you bring $325, $225. Some of them will call it a processing fee. Some of them will say it's to get your insurance license. The smart ones, what they do is they actually trick you. They say, well, you could get your insurance license from two places. One of them is going to be a 12-week course that is going to be about $600 or $800, which is bullshit, of course. Or you could do it through our company and do it in 2 weeks and only pay $250. It's up to you. Some people, and then they say, even to make it more convincing, some people like doing it in 12 weeks because, they want to take their time and then get the test. But with us, we know the people there. They kind of give us a little leeway. We could hook you up, and basically that's it. And this is what they make their money off. They make money off of ripping you off, and they claim that they work for unions as, insurance companies, and this product pretty much sells itself, when in reality, it does not. And what happens is there's a lot of cold calling, and you're going to end up working commission-only base, where you're setting up meetings with people, going out there. So sure, you're going to make your old hours, but guess what? You're not getting paid for those hours. You're getting paid simply for the time, you're getting paid simply for what you sell. Now, if you don't sell anything, you don't get paid. So you're going to be working out there for 12 hours and making nothing. Very few people will actually make something, and you'll only make very little. And they all tell you a story in their speech. I started off during a recession, and I remember when I was in college, I went to one of these stupid interviews. I walked out in the middle laughing at him and told everyone there, I can't believe you guys are such idiots, you're falling for it. And then everybody left with me. So people started peeling off. The guy wanted to rip my head off, and I was begging that he would so I could punch his face, because after what he wasted my time. So basically, in a nutshell, what he did was, he said, I was in a recession. Now I drive a Mercedes. I bought my family a house. I bought my parents a house. And I'm sure that's what we all want to do. We all want to make money. And, if you guys don't want to make money, then it's not a good marriage. They will make up every little thing to act like, they're not forcing you into it, when really it's a psychological game. These guys are trained to recruit. And they're very stupid. Like, if you actually hear them, they sound dumb as hell. But the thing is, when you are that desperate and you're looking for money, you're looking for breadcrumbs, because you need bread, right, to feed yourself and your family, and at times are really rough, you're going to want to believe any little thing that they tell you. Okay, and in these little personal interviews, they're going to tell you, we looked at what you said, and you know, how you reacted, how you answered questions, and we think you are definitely the right fit for us. We're really confident you'll do great. It's that tear down, build up mentality. It's a psychological trick that they play on people, and then before you know it, you're wasting money. You're wasting that 235 or 450, and so on and so forth. It goes even up. And remember, their classrooms every day is like 100 people in that class, and they tell you you can work from your home even if you don't want to come into the office. And usually there is no office. They come in, and sometimes they have these little cubicles or whatever. But the thing is, they hire tons upon tons, and every day there's like 100 people in that, and then they force you, the worker, to recruit other people as well. And you're getting money for these recruits, so you're lying to them and sucking them into this abomination of a business. And what happens is you become, you become broke. You don't have any money, that you're so desperate you're ripping people off or leaving, or you leave the company. You're not going to do this for a resume. A resume, you need to have 6 months to a year. That's first off. Secondly, if you leave them, they look at it as such a negative. They'll tell you, they'll give you a good recommendation. And I remember I called one of these idiots, who was his manager at the time, and then I would call him and say, hi, I'm looking for somebody to work for my business, and this guy came along with his resume, sounds like a real awesome gentleman. I just wanted to get some references. He wrote you as a reference. And then they would answer and say, no, they're not good, they always came late, they're horrible, they're this, they're that. They never give you, so you don't have any experience. Even if you work there for 3 years, they're going to really screw you over. Okay, and I reported them to the business bureau. Every company that I come across that is a lie, I always report them to the business bureau. Now, you're going to see what I'm talking about. Now, everyone says Google is your friend. But if you go on Google, they'll have a few that are bad ratings and then a ton of good ratings. Because I worked for a company a while back, a company that specializes, it was in Times Square somewhere, I forgot where, and it specializes, it was also a rotating door job, in helping people, and it's a really nice model, but it's kind of aiding fraud in a way, even though their intentions is to increase business, which is what fraud wants that too. So basically, you hire this service out. This service puts positive feedback on your Yelp, for example, or positive feedback on your social media. If you have any issues, let's say you're on Twitter and you're around, let's say I'm around a pizzeria, they would tell you, because they would track that phone down somehow, and based on that information, they would say, hey, 10% off anybody that carries this app on their phone to this pizzeria. And the guy's walking near the pizzeria and saying, oh shit, right there's the pizzeria, I'm going to go get me pizza, and it increases money. But they put up fake, and you could pay also, if you go to Fiverr or any of that, you could see, you could get a lot of fake reviews on your Yelp, on anything. So basically, never look for the positive reviews. Always look for the negative reviews. Because the ones that give all stars 5, especially to insurance companies, that's bullshit. In fact, every job you go to, even good ones, there's going to be, people that write positive and people that write negative. But never at that kind of freaking level where you have about 5 negative and everyone else is giving it 5 stars. Nobody would give it ever, even the best jobs in the world. You will not give a 5 star that many people. It's almost impossible. So some of them are smart. They say, give us 4 stars. Give us 3 stars. Say, oh, they're really good. Even one of them was smart that wrote, oh, this company is amazing and great, but you have to put a lot of hard work behind it. I'm making now only $80,000. Even though that's bullcrap. They say 80,000, so you're like, wow, 80,000, and he's pissed. I got to make this. So the guy writes, I only made $80,000, and it's really, really hard. I'm making the lowest from everybody, so I had to take away 2 stars because you really have to work hard to make the 200,000 that they claim you're gonna make. So you are saying, wait a second, this guy's complaining. But at the same time, he's making $80,000. Oh my God, this is legit. So never fall for these things. Always look for the absolute negative reviews. And you're going to see that if it's too good to be true, odds are it probably is. These companies are all lies. They operate exactly in the levels that I told you right now. So they start off with a first interview. They tell you they don't know if they're going to take you. They interview you. Then they put you in a second one right away or later. And they act like they're only picking 20 from a group, even though they're taking $250 to $500 to $800 per person on 100 people every day. That's how much money they're making. Remember, any job except government that charges you for fingerprints, that you go to a government institution, but any job that asks you to pay them money, okay, is a fake job. All right? I don't care what it is, it's fake. If you're paying a company money, it's fake. Okay? That's not how it works. It's like I remember when I was younger in high school, they had that stuff envelope nonsense, and you make money off it, which is nonsense, obviously. And I was all going crazy. Oh my God, I'm going to make some money, blah, blah, blah. Stuffed some envelopes. So I said, okay. And it says to pay for your starter kit, pay $250. Of course, I got it back using the Business Bureau. But that's pretty much what happens, guys, and they pretty much trick you into doing that. So I did this video because you guys are all fresh graduates right now. You guys graduated right now, and I felt like this is the ultimate time to release it, especially by coincidence. My friend just got scammed. So I said, oh my God, let me just come out with this video right now so I can release it. And I thought to myself, everybody's graduating right now. It's the perfect time. Don't get suckered, because it doesn't even count as internship. It doesn't count as externship. They will ruin your life. Okay, even if you go to these interviews, okay? You're going to these interviews, you're wasting time out of your life that you could prepare for other things. Now, if you want to go for mock interviews and you feel like you need some practice to get your foot in the water, then go to them. At least you'll get something out of that mock ridiculous interview. But just know in your heart, don't pay any money. Don't waste your time on it. If you want mock interviews, go there just to waste your time, but go there and do it, and then look for other jobs. Don't be suckered to these insurance scams. They're all scams. Now, you can find plenty of rotating door jobs that are real, that, you know, they're 1, 2, 3 and you're out. They'll fire you in a second, like after a month or so, after you give them leads, like I told you what they do. But at least you'll make a base salary of, let's say, $40,000 a year. If it's not $40,000 a year, even though you'll never make 40 a year because you won't be there a year. But if you don't make that in a week, you know, like every 2 weeks, it's like $800 at least in a week, then it's not worth to even join that rotating door job. And again, you will not get, it depends. I'm not going to say all of these rotating door jobs are not going to give you a positive review, but these insurance scams are, they will give you only negative reviews. That's what they're going to do when you look for other jobs. But some of these rotating door jobs, they're honest businesses. They're not really honest, but whatever. But they do their thing, but at least they pay you a base. And I think it's fair. You know, they tell you from the beginning you're doing cold calls. Some of them will lie to you in the beginning and tell you, oh, it's not cold calls. We already have leads. You're just calling them, which is a lie. But then when you find out, they're all cold calls. But the point is that, you know, you're making at least some kind of base, so it's worth your time and effort to be there. Okay? I used to go to them when I was in college, and I used to make a joke out of all these rotating door jobs. What I did was I went to all their training, got paid for the training, been there for about a week, and I left. And then I would go to another one. In the meantime, while I'm working for them, I would take even sometimes a day off and apply to another one and go to the interview and then go to training right after that. And I actually had consistent work for over a year before I decided to get a real job. But that's pretty much what happens, and you make the money off of the training itself. So it's actually a very, very simple tactic you could do if you're getting out of college and you want some experience, because you're not going to get any experience from them really that's benefiting you, and they're not going to write to you any letter of recommendation. I can almost guarantee you. None of them will. So, and if they do, it's going to be all negative. When they call them, they're going to say nothing but negatives about you. So always look for real jobs, jobs that are reputable, jobs that are offering you money on the table, whether it be salary, whether it be hourly. Okay, that's the jobs you look for. Any job that tells you that you have to pay money to get into it, you do not go to it. Now, most of these places, these insurance fraud agencies, what they do is they put it out on the newspapers and on their advertisement, and they don't tell you you need to pay money. What they tell you is you can pick any positions from their millions of positions, apply to them, and they'll always give you sales. They're not giving you any management. Even if they call you manager, it's just the name and title. They're not giving you anything. The thing is, you're going to go there, waste your time, and then they're going to close the deal and steal money from you. That's when you're going to learn, when they're going to tell you in that second interview, a place where they usually talk to a ton of people, or even if it's one-on-one, they're going to tell you, well, there is a fee that you're going to have to pay to the insurance, you know, to get your insurance license. Once you're done with that insurance license, you'll be ready to go. Okay? So whatever you do, don't be suckered by it. To all you new graduates, congratulations. Your brother here is making this video, as I do it, and I did this channel for that sole purpose. I have a job. I don't do this for work. What I do, I did this channel to present honest reviews, unboxings, technology, how to build things. I'm doing mini-series, how to build a computer, gaming computer on the cheap, how to build a 3D printer, and I do speeches like this. I did psychology speeches that got everyone out of depression and panic attacks and PTSD and every kind of things. You can look at my back episodes, and I do this also. I do basically this channel because I was sick and tired of hearing the nonsense, the fake crap that's going around in this world. So I like to give a little bit, you know, total honesty here, and honesty ba-bomb. So I wanted to make this video, you know, this video and other videos that I do. It's all self-funded, and I wanted to make sure this information is released. Make sure you share this video with any graduate you know, or anyone who is looking for a job. Even, I know you guys, everybody, I'm 38. Believe me, I work 2 jobs. And I know how it is. And I know that we're looking for that one job that can pay the bills and everything. And it's difficult. And it's really, it's difficult even for me right now. It's really difficult. And even though I'm self-funded here, like I told you, I buy games and I can't buy a billion of them. I do, you know, whatever you guys request or whatnot, or any technology you request. I try to get it, and I save up, I get it, and I review it. It's the same exact thing. Everyone is struggling here, guys, and we're going to get through this. It's just, don't waste your time on this dog shit. And that's why I came out with this video right now. I wanted to make this video to make sure that you guys all know, because I know many graduates right now that are crushed because of the stupidity of these places. So make sure you do not go to any of these agencies, okay? Abandon them at all costs. Do not give them 1 cent. If you want to go for a mock interview, go for a mock interview, and just, you know, look at it as a mock interview. Do not pay them a cent. Go there, get out, and go to a real, get yourself a real job, whether it be hourly, whether it be salary. And also remember, if you're working for places like Walgreens, CVS, all these companies, and you're making even minimum wage, 13 an hour is not that bad. It's not too shabby. I know hours are being cut, but stay in those jobs. Don't think, you know, always be humble. Don't think you're above everyone else. Do it. Okay, I used to do the things that you know, even cleaning toilets, okay, to try to make money for college and stuff. So I believe me, you got to do what you got to do. Humble yourself and just have that job, have something at least, and then look for other things while you're doing that. Always remember that we all start somewhere, okay? But you need money, you need some kind of cash flow to come in, and it's hard, and a lot of us are in debt, school debt, credit debt, you name it, all this crap. We want to find an out, and it's easy to see these things, and it looks very, very appealing, and they know that. They take advantage of graduates who are desperate and people who are desperate. Okay, people who look for jobs and want to make a ton of money to get themselves out of debt. I mean, how many of these get you out of debt, you know, frauds are out there, you know, where they steal money from you and give you loans and take a ridiculous amount of percentages out. It's all crap, guys. Everybody's out to get you. That's really what it is. And that's why I want to make videos, to make sure you guys do not get caught by these idiots. Okay? So like I said, let me know in the comments down below what you think. If you've ever been there, you know, let the community know right down below. Let me know what you guys think. Let the people here know. This is really the people's channel. I wanted to call it the people's channel, but obviously that's taken by some whatever. But, you know, but he's a good, whoever is doing that has a good channel, I think. I'm not sure, I forgot. But, that, you know, that it's what it is, guys. This is the people's channel. You know, you go ahead. I want you guys to look at it, but also to write. Like I said in my psychology videos, I want you guys to write your experiences so other people who are just new to this can read your experience and know and validate what I'm saying is true, but also validate what you're saying is true. And we validate each other, and therefore they won't get tricked by these horrible companies. And hopefully these companies will close down. I already know 3 around my area that I flatlined them so bad that they closed down. So you know, pretty much doing everything possible, you know, telling everyone about it, everything, and then they closed down because they didn't have money. But basically, just remember, 100 people in the classroom, just picture this. If they charge you $400, $250, even $50 times 100, okay? Think of the money they make, and that's just one day. Just one day. And remember, if their workers are working strictly commission, only if they get the bigger chunk of the money, they get a little crumb. You understand? This is a scam business. Do not fall for the scams, and always look for the negative comments and everything. And you'll find out that it is the absolute damn truth. Go out there, guys. Good luck to you. May the Lord God of Abraham, blessed be his name forever, bless each and every one of you. And may he give you guidance and open your eyes to the sources of truth, that you guys won't have any problems. And to all you guys who are struggling, I pray every day. I pray. I'm a man of God. I pray every day. And every day I have every human being in my heart, every righteous human being, let's say, every righteous human being in my heart as I'm praying. And I always pray that may the Lord give guidance to all of us, and that we may all have a better life, and that we won't be paralyzed by these scams, but most important, that we'd get out of debt, and we'd live a debt-free life, and we'd live a happy life, and we'd all get married and have kids and multiply and be beautiful together, and you know, love one another and unite with one another. We live in very divisive times right now, and it's time to unite. And I really think this is the thing. I think we all the righteous people need to come together. Evil is always united in their agenda, and they're controlling the narrative. I mean, you see this in media, you see this everywhere. I mean, it's everywhere. They're together as one. This isn't a conspiracy or any of that crap. It's the truth. They're there to divide us, okay? And all these scam artists and everything, they're just like the sprinkles on top for them. But what the righteous need to do is they need to unite. And I think this is what we need to do. We all got to come together, help one another. It's not about sharing this video, but share the information. Okay? Go out there and share that information. I don't care about credit. Take full credit for it. I just want to make sure that nobody gets scammed, because I know many that did, and it broke my heart. Okay, and especially in times that it was crushing. I know my neighbors, so I'm talking low, my neighbors. One of them, he was struggling. He has 2 kids, trying to struggle, trying to make it. Worked a waitering job, then found this place. Left the waitering job, worked there for a week, and then found out it was a scam. And when he went back to work, they didn't want to take him. Okay, so a lot of people, they take days off from their job, which already puts them at risk for no money. And then on top of that, you know, if they quit and it looks all good, and then they find out it's a scam, they don't go back. So it's good to have this kind of information out there. And I urge people to keep making videos like this. You know, any person who owns a YouTube channel, I know you guys get paid for by the following, but you know, the thing is, take a day out of your busy lives, okay, and make a video like this and just try to help out the world one you know, step at a time. You know, I really, my channel is filled with information, but I give information of all kinds, from games to technology to psychology to things like this, to classes. But I think that's what people need to do in the YouTube community, because they have such a big influence over the world. I really love YouTube. I wish I had that growing up when I was younger. I would have loved it. I mean, YouTube is a platform that you can reach out to so many people, and if you could save their lives or save them, you know, like you're doing such a positive thing for the world, that it would be so great. And I think that's what people need to do right now, is focus on making it positive. You know, there's a word for it, tikkun olam, which means perfect the imperfections in yourself and the imperfections in others, and the imperfections that were perfectly made imperfect by the Lord for us to perfect, to make this world a better place. Because it's like Legos. You know, when we put Legos, when you know, in these waiting rooms, you have all these kids. What happens is one kid puts Legos, all the other kids come together, and we all put Legos together, and we build something beautiful. It brings us, this is why the Lord did it. He did it to bring us closer together. So let's build these freaking blocks, and let's make the nicest, coolest thing ever, this big unity, and spread the information. Let people know not to get fooled by that. Congratulations to the class of 2018. My God, I can't believe it's 2018. And to everybody out there, congratulate yourself, seriously, because I think from now on, since the economy is slowly fixing itself, I am blessing, you know, I'm praying every day for all of us to advance, and I hope this happens. And I just wanted to say I love you all. out there, especially those who struggle. Those who struggle are the ones that I hold in my heart the deepest, because I struggled growing up. I struggled a lot. I came from a very poor family, and even I'm not rich, but I'm stable. You understand? And I can't tell you, I don't want to be rich. I want to be stable all the time. I want to be like this, like a little stable. Even though I'm struggling a little bit, I like the struggle, because that little struggle also makes you humble. And I don't want to go too, overboard. And I hope that's what I pray for everybody, to have that stability, to live comfortably, to be happy, and live their lives a full life filled with happiness and good deeds, good work out there and helping people out. So that's your brother right here, Lior Barel. Have a good one, y'all. Let me know down below. As always, like, subscribe, hit that bell button, as it'll alert you of everything that I do, all the videos that I do. Whether you found this because you like technology, my technology channel, or my psychology channel, or whatever. But even if you want some insights or whatever, or whatever, hit that bell button. It'll alert you of everything that I do here. I do pretty much, this is the people's channel, like I said. And request, as always, request what you want me to do, and I will do it. I'll do my best, and I will do it, and it'll come out. I have a waiting list, and I'm doing it. First come, first serve, obviously, to be respectful to everyone. But it's getting done. So have a good one, y'all. Take care. Bye.